Happy Health and Wellness Check-In. Today is Sunday, 24 May 2026 AD, and here I, Tanis, your Hairs of Seattle, check in for a week summary of my health and wellness, social, mental, and physical this past week, Monday 18 to Sunday, 24 May 2026. It was a week with slight tweaks to help me maintain my routines. All right, category 1 of 3, social health. I fed the critters. Yes, I'm filming this in the morning, so I got more feeding to do. I fed the critters. So everything thus far, that's the routine, like as in all their meals. I've been going out later too. There's babies of multiple species, little ones. They're so cute, and they're very friendly this year. I was sitting at critter mealtime yesterday, and I was just sitting there, and they like doop 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 doop, and like, here's a peanut, and took it. Here's another peanut, took it, and the bunny, like, you know, one of the bunnies, there's like doop doop doop. Doop doop doop. And I was like, you're getting real close. So it's sweet. They're a social group. Warm up quickly to me. It also included neighborhood friendly faces when out and about, including walk runs, and we went into Seattle home neighborhood this past week. So of Northgate, America. I am a Seattle child, so raised here, possibly born Bergen, Norway, and then, you know, flown here 3 days later or whatever, or teleported, but raised here. So either from birth or 3 days of age or something like that. To, you know, I didn't move away until I moved to Africa when I was 19 years of age. So Seattle child for real. And then out and about was well-timed and paced. Category 2 of 3, mental health, jury duty. It reached multi-day length from afar at some level of the process. This is my second time. Once before in California, if I'm recalling correctly. Yes. So it continues this coming week, meaning I made the first/second rounds of cuts, if I am understanding this correctly. And so with jury service, I've watched my stuff, and I'm not allowed to speak about the case. So, I'd like details of the case. And so you go. Okay, so it could be up to a few more weeks per what has been communicated already. And there's an escalation of this Tanis this coming week. That's right. It has the potential to become my longest jury service yet. So my first multi-day jury service was at approximately 2015, 2016, when I was living in California, and Berkeley, California. Berkeley, California. I was approximately 23 years of age. And multi-day meaning, so there's like rounds, there's like the initial summons, and then you might not be contacted if they're interested, and we might be contacted if they say we were more interested, or you're off the hook. And so I got contacted both there, and this time we're more interested. And so multi-day means like from the like date of reporting to like follow up is not the same day. So more than one day. That's it. So I'm reaching a new Tanis jury service level potentially this upcoming week, if I'm not in violation of it. I'm not talking about the case. Okay. All right. I'm trying to talk about the logistics of it so I can remember it, you know? All right. Up next, spending a day at the cinema. So I did that at Regal Thornton Place this time. I've been there before, including with my parents. But I hadn't taken my YouTube production, so it was my first spending a day at the cinema. At a cinema, the first time I took my YouTube production to that cinema. So it was my first time going to Regal Thornton Place with my YouTube production, and that first time also corresponded to us spending a day at the cinema. So there's a few firsts. So first to Regal Thornton Place with my YouTube production, and then first spending a day at a cinema the first time I took my YouTube production to that cinema. Parking was, I ended up doing one parking lot for a few hours, another parking lot for a few hours, and then back to the parking lot for a few hours. it was a lot. If I was like, I could just pay for one spot. It's $25 for 8+ hours. So I was like, I don't know about that. I juggled, and I didn't have to pay because I was there for the time chunks were small enough. I was like, is there an alternative approach to transportation? They have light rail in the Puget Sound area, so I could hop on the light rail, go down to Northgate, get off at the Northgate station, and then walk to the theater for that particular location. Yes, there is an alternative. Bus it to the light rail, and then light rail to the theater. Go to the theater, catch the light rail back, bus it back to the house. There we go. So thank you, Sound Transit, for, if none other than that, providing an option. I'm like, living with my soulmates, that might actually be something we do. Does the work day end up being self-experimentation, like 5 spending a day at the cinema in a row? Oh my gosh, that would be so much work. Is that including a YouTube production? How to do with spending a day in the cinema in like 2 videos or less? No. Okay, I know they have to be published the same day. Okay. Do I stand by my pick of a pint of ice cream as my Tanis movie going popcorn? So that was the sea salt caramel halo top ice cream. I didn't actually say it in the video, but I chose it, and I was like, you know what, I am. I can get it, and I can have it at any theater chain, and it keeps it from there being a monopoly on like the movie theater or movie theaters on what I eat. It's like pint of ice cream. It's a very Tanis thing. It's not me thing. So yeah. And then 2 more. If I were to make my Seattle a super metropolitan area, population 12+ million human beings, what would the demographics be? 50% African American / African, 25% Asian American / Asian, 25% other. As an original peoples of North America, Seattle area, Duwamish Native American. Seattle is named after a chief of the Duwamish, Chief Sealth. It would be nice to have a city reflective of the original peoples, non-white. Yes. White people can be very possessive of things that aren't theirs. So it's like, well, it's not yours. And for Native Americans, as a Native American of Duwamish and Lakota. Lakota is like Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota. It's like that part could be possessive of Seattle, but it's not theirs either. Right? So it's like, let's diversify and not non-white as the biggest 2 chunks. That'd be great. If we can't make a Native American, let's do African American / African and Asian American / Asian. Well, that's me. That's my vision. Okay. So there we go. And then how do I know the city remains a fit for the city kid? I'm a Seattle child, as I've previously described. I'm not traveling someplace less city every few weeks, such as Utah or New Mexico. The people / traffic / transportation do not bother me. I am capable of a fast pace of life. I still love my city, and I'm not overwhelmed by constant change. Yeah, there we go. All right, category 3 of 3, physical health. Glasses, called on Monday, same day adjustment. Fit is much better with less slipping. Yes, it's thank you, Vision Plus of Montlake Terrace. It's so much better, but it was such a slight adjustment, you know, but it feels so much better. It was behind this year, it was a little tight, so there we go. And then my teeth, I'm doing good. I'm doing good at stabilizing the walking pace when chewing. I even ate out a Red Robin burger. I ate it with fork and knife, and there was an egg on it, and I took my fries and the yolk broke, and I put the fries in the yolk. It was really good. I love Red Robin. Seattle founded. Yeah. That's Red Robin Gourmet Burrs and Brews. And then PMS water weight retention. Yes, I'm doing a semi-decent job of staying on it. I'm also enjoying my life and not being like bowing to it. So there we go. In conclusion, it was a good week. I'll link to some related stuff, including a new playlist. Where the, quote unquote the court meets my life. And so that's kind of, you know, I'm ongoing jury service. So I was like, I do. I've talked about, you know, the court applies more than just the legal / justice system, like sports. Well, there's a justice system. Those are like cards, like yellow cards and red cards for behavior. I was like that. I've been blocked on a platform. So justice systems in that sense exist beyond like the legal or judicial system courtroom. So And I've done a dedicated commitment to that for years now, multiple years. So including multiple consecutive years. So I was like, I'll make it. I think there's like 66 videos. Oh, with this one, 67, something like that currently. So anyway, happy health and wellness to you whenever you're viewing this and wherever you're viewing this from.